Had to put a new watch on my wrist. Brand new rooster inside of this whip. Brand new glick, these came with a stick. Nothing like yours, these came with a switch. Had to put a new chain on my neck. Strapped by a gun, nigga, this ain't no tech. Car too fast, nigga, this ain't no vet. Swimming in this money, I don't even get wet.
Welcome to the kickback, man. You know,
Appreciate you having me, bro.
appreciate you for coming through, man. We got something decent in store for you guys today, man. My guest right here, you know, he reached out to me. You know, I heard him out. I heard what he was talking about, and man, you know, he got something going on, man. He got some hot topics for y'all. He got something that's gonna register, it's gonna resonate, and man, this information right here, man. You know, first of all, I'm just go ahead and let you introduce yourself real quick. Let the people know, you know, what's your name, where you from, and then, you know, what you got going on. We're gonna ease into it. We're not gonna give it. We're gonna put a timeline on it. You know, we're gonna tell you what's going on. So introduce yourself to the people.
Again, appreciate you having me. Scottie, Ware, from Maywood, born and raised. Went to high school at Proviso East my sophomore and junior year. Didn't graduate from there. Just put that out there because from the naysayers, I've been hearing that's the issue. That I'm not a true pirate because I ain't graduated from there. But
Hey, man.
I did go there freshman, sophomore, and junior year. Coached at Proviso East for 15 years. Started off coaching track, then I went over to the football side. I volunteer coached for 10 years for basketball. So without a dime, you know what I mean? Just giving back to the community where I'm from. But I guess me not graduating that hold more weight than that dude. But moving forward, eventually I started off as under Coach Peppers at East as a freshman B football coach, and I worked my way up to every rank on Proviso East side. Became freshman A head coach, and then went up to be the sophomore head coach. And, had a great season my last year at Proviso East. My sophomore team was 7-2. Thought that I was going to end up having a good shot at being the head coach at East, because I knew they were going to make some changes, but they hired somebody else, and then the aftermath of that coach got fired for cheating. That's when they had the players that were 20 years old and all that. So I had met with Calvin Davis, the athletic director in West at that time. He asked me would I ever imagine coming over there. And at the time, I'm like, hell no.
Right.
Because I bleed blue, you know what I mean? But thinking about it, I'm like, you know what, I am ready for my own program. It's a rivalry, yeah, but we all from the same neighborhood. So I took the job at West, and I saw this coming. I had some things I knew were coming down the pipeline, and that's why we're here today.
Right. Okay, so something that I picked out of that, you know, your introductory, man. You say you worked for 10 years without a dime. No. So you've been kicking back. You know, you kicked back already. So you've been kicking back for a long time.
Kicked in.
So you know, I mean, welcome to the kickback. You already established. You know, you've been kicking back already, man. That's pretty dope, man. You know what I'm saying? That means you the people's champ. You know, that means you for the people. You know, everybody that get involved with, you know, coaching and dealing with kids, you know, they have, you know, different motives. You know what I'm saying? But it seems as if, you know, you for the people. It seems as if, you know, you for the kids. You know what I'm saying? 10 years is a long time, man. You know, time is money. But you know, you put the work in, and you went up the, you know, you went up the chain of commands, and you know, you got you a slot. So, you know, let's dig into it. Let's see. Let's let the people know, you know, what we really here for. What's been going on around these times.
Like I said, I've been on both sides of the district now for 15 years. Well, 20 now actually. And I've seen the demographics in the community change. Like I said, I was born and raised in Maywood, and when I came up, I'm a little older than you. I'm 45 now, but when I came up, all the Hispanics lived, you know, north of Lake Street. Not in your next door neighbor.
Sure.
You know what I mean? They in your alley, everything. You know what I mean? And no knock to the Hispanic race. I rocks with them. But at this point, I'm just speaking the facts. At this point, Hispanics don't play football. Not our version of football.
Right.
You know what I mean? And last I checked, football in high school is the same season as soccer.
Sure.
So right now, we had 68% combined Hispanic population between both the schools. When you look at that number, I'm considered an 8A football program, but you figure I got an actual pool of eligible football players of maybe 400.
Right.
And that's if they want to play.
If they want to play.
You know what I mean? I tell people all the time, it's nothing normal. You're a football player. It's nothing normal about me wanting to run into you full speed.
Right.
That ain't for everybody. So
right.
You can't push that off on people. Yeah, I go out and recruit and I try to get people to come, but it takes a certain individual to want to put your body and your mind through that day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? It's a very physical sport. So, like I said, if it's not in you, if it's not something in you, that's not funny. And now I've been talking about this for a couple of years now that we need to merge the football programs. I put a presentation on the Best of Proviso page, and I put it on the Proviso West alumni page, and I kicked up some dirt with that. You know what I mean?
Okay, so let's get right into it, man. The hot topic is, guys, you know, this why we here, man. You know, he want to shine some light on it, man. I'm giving this man a voice and a platform, so we're talking about merging the football teams between Proviso East and Proviso West. Now, you know, you're going to kick up some dirt with that one because you already know that's the rival. That's like trying to combine the Bears and the Packers.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So even though East is in a whole nother conference because, you know, the silver and the gold.
And it's split.
But even though we right down the street,
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole other conference. But, you know, that's why you kicked up that dirt because it's like, man, you know, we so programmed, you know what I'm saying? We want to go, we want to be at odds, man. We want to be ops. We ops, you know what I'm saying? We lifetime ops, man. Y'all bleed blue, man. Blood ain't blue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Blood red. Y'all say blood blue internally, you know what I'm saying? But once it touch that atmosphere, once it hit that oxygen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what it's about, man. You know, some people is, you know, they like that rivalry and they stuck in the past. But you know, you said you got receipts, you got analytics, man. You got the, you know, you got the whole breakdown of the percentile and you know how many kids we got from the pool to even pick from. But man, you know, that's pretty interesting, man. So so how did that go about? What was the feedback?
Well, let me give you some of the analytics that you're talking about that I think a lot of people don't know and will be shocked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you, in the last 11 years, how many games do you think collectively has been won in this conference? I mean, in this district. So we're talking about 9 games a year. We're talking about 2 different teams. So we're talking about, you know, do the math on that. We're talking about 180 games. If you had to put a guess, how many games do you think they've won collectively since, let's go back to 2012?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'll probably give you 2 games, man. I'll probably give you 2 games out of 9. That's average, like, you know, 2-3 games.
You talking about per season?
Per season.
Okay.
So between the 2 teams, I'll say 4 games. 4 games a season.
So you talking about over 40-something wins?
That's what I'm thinking.
You way off.
I'm way off.
So these facts, anything I say on here, you can go verify. It's been 24 wins combined over the last 12 years. 12 of them was against each other though.
Hey, that's terrible.
So when we talking about 12 wins outside of this district
Right.
in 12 years. We got, I'm talking about on my presentation, like I said, anybody who's watching, go to the Best of Proviso page and you'll see it. We've been getting outscored. East was outscored like 3,600 to 1,200 over that time frame. Same thing, West wasn't much better. East has won 5 games in 12 years. You know what I mean?
5 games in 12 years.
And one of them was against West. So you know what I'm saying? We're not talking about somebody that's actually competing. So now we go back into the community and we got the biggest and the saddest thing about that number is what we're doing internally to our community. This past year, I don't know if you know it, I see right here in Elmhurst won state.
Yeah.
11 of those guys were Proviso Township guys. Same year, Nazareth won state this year. Same thing, they had 9 starters from the Proviso and Township area.
Right.
So if I go a year before, Fenwick won state. Same type of thing. So I'm not saying that the talent not in the community.
Right.
But if you're a football player and you're a parent, which you are, would you gamble with your kids' future by sending them to Proviso once you take the emotional part of it out? Do they have a better opportunity in Nazareth? If you're a football player, no doubt. I see not so much, I'm not a fan of that because that's 1A, 2A football, and they don't play nobody, and they, you know, like I think my team last year would beat them because they play 2A football. So that's a different mantra, and you know, but again, the kids, this kids, 15 kids walking around Maplewood, Bellwood right now, they got state championship rings for other schools.
For sure.
Can I knock them for that? I'm older than you. I came up in the era where Detroit was whooping Michael Jordan ass, and he like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay here. I'm gonna eventually whoop their ass. This generation now, they're watching LeBron go to another team. They didn't watch KD lose to a team and then join them the following year. So they ain't got that. That ain't in them like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is what they see. This is why I grew up idolizing somebody I watched get his head beaten in until it got to the point where he started whooping everybody.
Sure.
So I'm not knocking that, but as a community, we got to get on board and see that this is what it is. And originally, this is something I just wanted to do because I foreseen it coming. But now, the way the numbers are, it's something that got to happen. It's not optional at this point. You know what I mean? We got this past year, this coming year actually, there's going to be 4 teams on the silver side of the conference going to be in the top 10. Not top 25, bro.
Right.
Top 10. So now I got to take my 30 kids, take them on a bus, drive over to Glen Ellen, which is one of the richest neighborhoods in the country, and get off the bus, and 100 white kids are going to beat their head. What is that doing for our, the psyche of our youth? And like I said, I'm on the uphill, I'm on the climb. I've won 1 more game every year since I've been at West. So we won 3 games this year. They traditionally been 0-9 since Famous left. Well, 1-8 because they beat East.
Right.
So, I'm building something here. So I should be on the like, nah, you know what, we ain't gonna combine this. I know what I can do, you know what I'm saying? I'm trending up.
For sure.
But I'm realistic before I'm anything, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm at my ceiling. The 3 games I won, wasn't nobody in my conference.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
So, one thing about me, man, I'm a realist, man, so I just keep it real. So, men lie, women lie, numbers don't, Even back when I was playing, we had talent.
And he was a dog, I gotta give him his flowers. I hated this boy when I was coaching against him. He, go on here.
Hey, man.
I done said enough.
I appreciate that. But listen, man, even back when I was playing, we had talent, we just couldn't figure out how to win. So, I don't know if it was coaching. I don't know what the recipe we was missing, but we was missing some ingredients in that, and if we would have combined the talent
back then,
we could have figured it out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna say what's my stance on it. I do agree. Like I say, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Like now me, like the groundwork that I laid down, and you know what I'm saying, how I got it out the mud, and I was in the trenches with them, like from the beginning.
No doubt.
And I had folks looking up to me.
No doubt.
For me to leave, it would have been crazy. That's why, when I had my sit down with, with Coach back in the day, you know what I'm saying, I was going.
You thought about it.
Man, I was gonna jump that fence, you know what I'm saying? But my whole family made wood, you know what I'm saying? Both of my parents went to East.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? High school sweethearts, you know what I'm saying? Life, they ain't together now, but it's like the roots and the foundation is deeply rooted is Maywood, you know what I'm saying? And East is the Maywood school. So, I agree with it, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it's a dope idea, man. Because now it's more competitive. Now it's, the tryouts gonna be tryouts. Before, tryouts is whoever show up. When we talk about football, man, whoever got the courage, man, to show up to a football camp, you on the team. Now, once you start getting competitive and you gotta cut a few folks, you know what I'm saying, to see, hey man, this is the position you play? Okay. You competing against him. So, one of y'all gonna start, one of y'all not gonna start. And then the other few, y'all not gonna make the team unless y'all find another position. So once you start getting competitive, I think you got something up your sleeve. Like, I think you're working with something now because it's a competitive sport. And these folks they've been kicking tail for years, you know what I'm saying? Even though, you know, we put fear in some of they new individuals. But in football, you can't win as an individual.
No.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was getting double team, triple team. They knew me by name. But, you know, I figured it out. But at the same time, imagine.
There was some on the other side they had to pay attention to.
Exactly.
You made a great point about just the competitive nature of practice. My practices can only be so competitive. The reason I say that, I can look at you and be like, John, you know you missed practice this week, I ain't playing.
Right.
I'm lying though.
Yeah, you gotta play.
Because I look back behind me and I ain't got nothing there. You see what I'm saying? So even that, like, I'm a football coach and I can't really put up a depth chart. Because, you know what I'm saying? When you got 30-some players, like I tell people all the time, if you got in football, let's say you got 100 guys on the football team, ain't but 50 of them really football players. The other 50 just hanging out with their boy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Just imagine me starting off with 30, 35. I'm cutting that number in half. Now we got 15, 16 real football players. You see what I'm saying? Out of them, maybe one might be B1, but now I'm going right down the street to Elmhurst. They got 295 players in their program. Again, fast. Call down to action. So they got 110, 120 on varsity.
Right.
So when this special teams, this kickoff, it's a fresh 11 going in. That's where I got one motherfucker that's coming off, I want to get my quarterback hurt.
Right.
And everybody else, you stay out there, suck it up.
You got to.
So there's been some times I was winning games in the first quarter and all that. But it ain't that they was better than us. I just ran out of gas. We played Famous this past year. Go on Famous Facebook page. The man said I had 8 starters on my team that would have started on his team. This is a team that lost in the semifinals to be state champs.
Shout out to Famous though.
That's my man.
That's my boy.
He said I had 8 to 9 that would have started on that team at Glenboro West.
For sure.
They beat me though. You know why? He had 100 motherfuckers over there. I just couldn't compete with that. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a line. Even when you was there, y'all didn't have no line like that. You know what I'm saying? But now, if we combine right now, we got them pieces. We got all that stuff. And then, you know, it's like, what are we keeping separate for? For this one game, which for 12, 13 straight years has been the battle of the 2 last place teams. So like you mentioned the Bears and the Packers.
Yeah.
That ain't really a rivalry no more. Because we got to go back to Brett Favre, now Aaron Rodgers. It got to be 90% wins on the Packers side. Is that really a rivalry? Or is this the longest game that happened in the NFL?
It's just, man, 2 teams that hate each other, man.
No doubt.
And they're going to go all out for that one game.
One game.
But, you know, it's definitely strength in numbers.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? We definitely strong with it together.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the conversation. Like, it's you know,
Mm-hmm.
you got to start the conversation. And I think that, you know, it's going to be more people with it than against it. It's just people that's going to act like they ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? Because we all from the same place anyway.
You talking about from first to wolf.
We all from the same place.
About
exactly.
So way.
In retrospect, like, you know how big Hinsdale is? You know how big like some of these towns is and how much money they got and the finance and the program, like, you know what I'm saying? We already got, you know, a decent campus over there where, so if they did merge the two, sorry guys, East, y'all gotta come on the West, man. It's already set up for it to be whatever you want to call it. Proviso Central, what you want to call it, Proviso. Just call it Proviso.
I mean, at this point, bro, like, we gotta realize I ain't fully accepted over here at West. Because when it's all said and done, I'm the dude from East. Because
it's gangbang city, man.
You know
it's East versus. Let me show y'all something, man. This is why I wore this, right?
I'm mad they got them on.
This is why I wore this. I don't know. Let me try to get it on camera, man. You know, this is what I got going on today, man. It's because
shout out to Rich,
you know, because of him, you know, the whole concept of these. This is what I got. See, I got the Rich Attitude shorts on, right? I got the West on this side. And I got the East on this side. And, you know, he trying to combine East and West. And at the same time, I got the CTE shirt on with the Rich Attitude shorts. that's a whole other rivalry, you know what I'm saying? Two black people doing their thing, this my man's, you know, I'm CTE crazy.
Yeah.
But why I can't support Rich Attitude? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna get into it, man. You know, I'm CTE crazy. You know, shout out Cream Team. You know, y'all want any merch? Go on creamteamempire.com. But why can't I support Rich Attitude also? You know what I'm saying? Why we gotta be at odds? It's strength in numbers. You know, we stronger together.
So the whole thing with the game of life is the same thing, bro. Do the white man want the blacks to combine and do something together? That'd be the scariest thing in the world. They pit us against each other. They put us in these neighborhoods and they make our resources less. So then all we doing is fighting each other. And now we got this thing is bleeding off into the school districts. And like I said, tradition is pitting this rivalry against each other. But if it's grace right around the corner, why should we sit here and suffer? Nobody that's listening to this, nobody that's read that thing is denying that if we make this merger, that we are a successful playoff team and eventually a state championship team.
Well,
so why take these lumps across the head?
Only a true competitor, right? Like myself, understand like what you would create. Because if you call yourself a referee, this is how I look into it, right? I come right into training camp, right into whatever, day one. Okay, y'all want to make it a rivalry? What's up? Like, you know, okay, you think you better than me, what's up?
Yeah.
So if you get two people competing at the highest level, you only gonna make each other better. Okay, who gonna get the point guard position? Imagine, that's like an all-star team. That's like Team USA or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Is it gonna be, who is it gonna be? Chris Paul or Stephen Curry? Like, which one of y'all gonna get the starting spot? Is it gonna be Paul George? You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody laying down.
It's a competition, man. So if you go into practice and you competing against real competition, see, usually it's what? A team versus B team?
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No
And you
if you got that, because right now,
you got enough
you
people
ain't
to do
got
that.
enough numbers for that now.
Right, so in that aspect, man, I agree with it, man, because you know you might be forced to do the merger anyway, or close down one of the programs if you're saying you don't have enough kids.
It's gonna happen eventually. I'm not. They can say all they want. The people that just want to go. And I just want to put it out there. People trying to pit me and Coach Peppers against each other. Head coach at East.
Oh.
That's my man. That's my brother. We can have me and you can disagree on something. You know what I'm saying? Right now he's not in favor of it. That don't change the fact that's my brother. We can disagree. I got my reasons why, he got his reasons why he shouldn't. But neither one of us are in denial that eventually it's going to get to that. It's going to happen. I just feel like, you know, this is a great opportunity right now. Let's go ahead and, because, you know, like I said, I feel like the 3-win season I had last year, I'm going to keep it a buck, bro. That was my ceiling. You know what I'm saying? Proviso West ain't won a conference game, which is going to blow your mind, since 2012. They ain't beat a team in the Western Burton Pacific since October of 2012, bro.
That's crazy. Bro.
So, can I honestly look you in the eye, man to man? Because you just told me you were a realist and say, no, don't worry about it. Come again. I'm whooping Oak Park. I'm whooping Glenbar West. I tell you, the average number of these players that you see on my presentation for the conference, the average numbers are, they averaging 90 on varsity. I'm not going to have 90 in my program.
Right.
We haven't had a freshman, when you played, it was freshman, sophomore, varsity.
Right.
That ain't been the case at neither school in 6 years. Like, we combined the frost off. It's where it might have been your year, it might have been a freshman B when you were still playing.
Yeah, we got freshman.
Oh, that ain't even optional, bro. It's frost off.
So it's
been in the making anyway.
It's scarce. It's scarce.
And like I said, I know for a fact East ain't had more than 35 players there this summer. I ain't had more than 35. And we finna go in, we got a game in 40 days, and we gonna go be two separate teams. That's just not, we set that in, like I said, the sport is too physical to put these guys out there against teams that's been in the weight room since January and they're 100 strong.
Two of y'all players here, it's critical.
Oh man, come on, dog. So I'm not gonna sit up here, and like I said, I bleed blue. I got a t-shirt, you got them shorts, I got a shirt say East raised me, West pays me. You know what I'm saying? Because when it's all said and done, I'm Maywood all day.
For sure.
But I'm going over here at West with the same drive and gutterness that I had, that I was raised up in. So, you know, I'm giving 1,000%, but I'm not going to act like I'm going to set these kids up for failure. It's just going to be okay and I'm going to collect the check. No, I ain't cut like that.
So let's go through the pros and the cons, man. What's the pros? What's the cons? What's the positive feedback? What's the negative feedback so far since you've been campaigning and trying to make it official?
The last 6 months, when I'm having this conversation with people, I'm not even putting my pros out there. I want you to tell me a reason why I shouldn't work. And the only thing this is stuff I've been getting at, tradition, rivalry, you know what I mean? Which I agree with all that stuff. I've been told that there's not enough players, not some kids not gonna get the scholarships, that, there's only so many scholarships. All that stuff is not true. Now, rivalry and tradition, yeah, I go with that. But when you talk about a football team with 70 players, that ain't no different than the teams we playing. They still kicking out.
It's enough scholarships for everybody.
Plenty of them.
And to be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Y'all ain't been getting them scholarships like that anyway. So
yeah, the players not staying here. The talent in the community, they just ain't coming home.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like, to bring that up, something that you, what I would want to do to keep the rivalry, to keep the tradition. You used to play a red and white game every year.
Do practice.
I'm gonna keep that a red and blue game. So everybody that's from that area over there east, we'll do our scrimmage. We one team, but they're dressed in the East uniform and everything. But I had to bring out the old West uniform. The whole community come out, make that a barbecue, make that an alumni day. We'll still do the trophy back and forth. Now you got bragging rights for the year. That's what it really comes down to. You want to keep this rivalry of two last place teams.
Right.
We'll do that the week before the season starts. And then the next week we together, and I don't give a fuck who on the schedule, we whooping ass.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's a good idea, man.
And then even to keep the communities involved, like you just said, East got the new stadium. West is about to do a new stadium. So what I propose with that, I want to have games at both campuses. So now no community is feeling like they're being shunned in any way. So we might do 2 games at East. So we'll rotate. Every other game is at the East campus or the West campus. But now we coming together, because all I got to do is tell the team we playing when it comes to.
Right.
Come to the East campus or the West campus.
Now, my question is, what do you do as far as the silver and the gold?
We definitely, to start off, we stand in the gold side. Like I said, we building something.
Right.
Give me a few years. Come on, I want all the smoke in the silver.
Right.
I want it. Let me get it. But let me build this. I guarantee you, if we were submerged today, this upcoming football season, if we don't win conference, we in second place. That's 40 days from now. When we start the season. And we ain't practiced together yet. I'm guaranteed we win conference this year.
Which conference you think the silver is tougher?
I think.
What? Who in silver?
Glenbar West.
Oh yeah, we silver.
Yeah, Glenbar West, York, Lyons Township, Downers Grove North, Oak Park, Hinsdale Central.
So I just wanted to hear it. Sometimes I just want to hear it coming out of somebody else's mouth.
Oh, it's not even
These is folks we had to deal with for years.
It's not even comparable.
For years.
This past year, out of the final 8 teams in the state of Illinois for 8A football, 3 of them was in this conference: LT, York, and Glenbar West. Glenbar West and York made it to the Final Four. They could have potentially played for the state championship. 1 loss to Lincoln Way and 1 loss to Mount Carmel. To Loyola. So just think about that, bro. The 2 conference schools could have played for the state championship.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
And that's who we have to deal with.
No doubt. And then you want me to go to war in that type of environment with 30 players. You setting me up to fail. You see what I'm saying? It's just not gonna happen, bro. So again, take the emotions out, look at the facts. Do your research. Since 2012, bro, a state championship has gone back to the West Suburban Silver between football, basketball, track, and cross country every year. So I don't want you to think this is just a football product.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the
I already know.
The product we have, bro. All the coaches are suffering from it. I'm just the only one willing to voice my opinion. And this could very well cost me my job. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Because sometimes when you operate in dysfunction so much, when somebody comes for a change, now they're like, I'm the bad guy. And I'm being crucified in the community for just wanting to help kids. And I've even gone so far, I've told the people above me, and I say it right here live with you, I don't have to be the coach. I don't even got a coach, period.
Right. I
just want to help my community. You know what I do? Be the first fan at every game. I just want to see our kids where I'm from be successful. So you're not dangling no job in front of me. That don't scare me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get paid $8,000 to coach football. That's for the year.
Right.
I'm at that school every single day.
So
do that by per hour. We talking about 50 cents an hour. So this ain't about money. I'm just about giving our kids. I'm not even gonna say making them winners. I want to give them a chance.
Right.
Our culture right now in that school, though, is like they've accepted being losers. You see what I'm saying? Like, why can't we change that as adults?
It's a fact.
So we making our kids lose in life.
Yeah, man.
I just ain't with it no more. Fire me.
That's deep, man. So, hey, man, as y'all can see, man, this man is he willing to put his job on the line, man. You know, he's standing on what he's standing on. He's standing on his principles. You know what I'm saying? He got integrity. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to crucify him, he said, go ahead, use me as an example. You know what I'm saying? He trying to. That's what a trailblazer is, man. You know what I'm saying? He trying to blaze a trail. He say, okay, if this is what it's gonna take, man, you know, I'm gonna crawl, I'm gonna walk for the next generation to fly. And man, you know, I can't do nothing but respect it. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that, you know, you shining some light on it. You came and, you know, put it on the big screen and let folks know what's really going on. I can respect it, man. You know, if people want to know where I stand with it, I can respect it. You know, it makes sense to me. I say I'm a realist, so I'm going with what makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So if you could combine them, combine them. I've been saying this. I said this same thing probably in 2004. In 2004, 5, I graduated in 2006, but I had already had that vision of, man, we need to combine these teams because it's just going to be more talent, more opportunity, more scholarships, and then now you create, now your school is one of them, you know, East known for basketball, you know, West known for just having talent, period.
For track, I get it, man.
You know, we known for having talent and not being able to harness it and not being able to capitalize. I don't know what to say, but we always had talent.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's why when we beat up on East, it's like we won a championship. Because no, y'all said y'all had the talent over there.
Yeah.
But when we smoke y'all, it's like, you know, and we could bring that same competition to the practice field. And then in the game, we're gonna see, you know, who that play gonna get called for. You said you was a dog, right? Why you dropped that ball? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still like we're gonna be into it as that fire. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a whole lot of Draymonds on the team. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you gotta get in order. You know, you gotta get in line. So, like I said, man, I can respect it, man.
There's two movies out right now. Well, one movie. Y'all check it out. It's called We Could Be King. It's on YouTube too, so it's a free movie. They ain't got it straight none of the networks. But it's the same thing. It's two schools that's in Baltimore. One of them hadn't won a game in like 19 years. The other one was a 3 or 6, 4 or 5 type of school. One of them, the only difference with them, one of the schools physically closed down. All the kids had to go to the other school. They did that, and I'm not saying it was a smooth transition because it was a heated rivalry. So, you know, of course there was some bickering, some fights and everything once you merged the two mindsets together.
For sure.
2 years into it, bro, they state champs. Everybody's praising what East St. Louis does right now. Back in the day, it was an East St. Louis Lincoln and an East St. Louis Senior. It's just one school now, bro. And they win a state in football, basketball, and track every other year. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not even gonna take credit. Don't give me the flowers for reinventing this. I want to get on board with what's happening.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And this is what we got to do. And like I said, we'll look back at this 10 years from now, and my name will never come up. And I'm completely cool with that. Take what I'm saying now, put it in there. Don't give me no credit for it.
Right.
They'll be like, man, used to be this crazy dude at all the games cheering. He was every. That'll be me.
We're gonna make sure your name, you know, we're gonna make sure your voice is heard. We're gonna make sure your name is you know, known for years to come. You know, you said they may get with the program years later. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, we're gonna stamp it, man. You know, you solidify, you're gonna go down in history as, you know, one of the trailblazers, like I said. So if there's any other thing, you know, you wanna, you know, shine some light on, anything you wanna bring up, you know, feel free, the floor is open.
Yeah, like I want you guys, this is pretty much all the ones that's in this proviso district. Go on one of the pages, the Best of Proviso, or go on the Proviso West alumni page. It's a link for the merger and a presentation breaking down the analytics, the demographics, everything. And feel free if you got some questions or something you don't know the answer to, hit me up. You'll see my info. You'll see I got a million questions and comments. And then take a few minutes, man. It's a survey attached to it. You know, the ones that are from the community, click on it and put your input on it, what you think. Last I checked, I think we like it right at 70% of people are in favor of it. And all I ask is that when you are reading it, again, take the emotions out of it. Because like I said, I'm a Pirate, I bleed blue, but you know, not right now. Both schools are just bleeding internally because we get our heads beat in. I just don't. And then also on there, put on a suggestion. That's the problem I got with the people that's assassinating me. We all agree it's a problem.
Right.
But shame on me for coming up with a solution.
For sure.
Give me something.
What's the remedy?
Yeah, give me something. I'll work with that. And I'm going hard, whatever you say. It just gotta make sense.
If not this, then what?
Give me something, I'm with it. But I'm not gonna sit back and just let you keep punching me in my face. No, I'm gonna fight back. I just ain't cut like that.
Cool. So what's the website again? How can they go to? What they gotta click on?
Like I said, it's on the Best of Proviso page. If you go look me up on Facebook, Scottie Ware. I'm the only one on there. But it's on the Best of Proviso page. The link is on there for the merger. It's like 10 slides in there, just breaking down this conference. Everybody we play is in there. Their numbers of players they got on their rosters. I did a lot of work to even come up with this, bro. So I had to contact these other 12 schools.
Sure.
Tell them what I was trying to do. Even the coaches in the conference are for it because you know how football goes. 5 wins makes you playoff eligible. I don't necessarily make you a playoff team.
Sure.
You gotta have playoff points. And the West Suburban Silver beating up on me, they don't get a point for my game because I ain't beating nobody. So they like, man, we need y'all to be competitive, and we know y'all will give us a game. You know what I mean? Once y'all combine as one. So they want the smoke, you know what I mean?
Right.
But us going on the goal side, instantly, bro, we're contending. And that's, you know, so like I said, to answer your question, go on there, Proviso, Best of Proviso page, go on Proviso West Alumni page, you'll see the merger, click the link, do the survey. Please, that'll be your form to get at me directly. Ask me the questions that I might not have in there. Trust me, I got the answer for it. I just don't have it in the presentation right now. But and then, like I said, it's my suggestion. I'm not saying you don't have to agree with it. Let's keep it respectful. Because I done had some cats come on there, like, you know what I'm saying, real aggressive, but I ain't taking it personal.
Right.
Because like I said, it's a rivalry that now these kids don't even understand the rivalry tradition because it's not that no more.
For sure.
So now it's the adults putting this in the kids' head. And like I said, I want us to be, if it would have been a thing where we could have kept it separate, I'd have been having this conversation like, hey, my goal is to have East and West play each other in the playoffs.
Right.
That's the ultimate goal. I would love to have seen that, you know what I'm saying? But that ain't the case, and it ain't gonna be the case, you know what I'm saying? So now let's get together, become one, and do something to these people that have been doing something for us for over 400 years.
No doubt. So, you know, welcome back to the kickback, man. You know, we had to pay some bills as usual, man. You know, brief commercial break, technical difficulties, whatever you want to call it, man. You know, I'm a one-man band today. You know, playing both sides of the ball, no pun intended. But yeah, man, so we back at it with my man Scottie Webb, man, you know. So this the outro, man. On the intro, we took care of business first. We always take care of business first on the kickback, you know what I'm saying, because that's what it's all about. Once you take care of business, you know, then you can let your head down a little bit. Now you can kick back. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kick back, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, ask you a few questions, man. You know, we're gonna go back and forth. If you want to ask me a few questions, I'll open up the platform for you to, you know, go back and forth as well, man. You know, I don't usually let folks ask me no questions up here, you know what I'm saying? But you know, if you got any, you know, feel free. Okay. So first off, I'm gonna kick it off. I'm gonna say, you know, between the two teams, since we're talking about East and West, man, you know, who has the better program, like from the past, you know, as far as, you know, traditionally, who has the better program?
What sport we talking about? I coach football and basketball, so I get this all the time.
Let me
I can do both.
Let me start with football, man, because you know that's my bread and butter, man. That's how I made my bones, man. You know, that's why I got my name. So I'm gonna say football. Who has the better program?
I mean, I got a trophy right now in my office that it's a trophy that goes back and forth for the winner of the game. I got a belt in there, and the trophy is for varsity and the belt is for the sophomores. The West has won 18 out of the last 20 games. So when I say traditionally, and like we said, we keeping it real, we talking about numbers and facts, traditionally the numbers don't lie. West has been the better football team throughout this. I will say it's a lot of things that contribute to that. West traditionally has been more stable. Famous ran a hell of a program, like you said, bro. Hell of a program. And
I missed that wave, but shout out to Famous.
Shout
out to Famous, man. So when I was playing, right, Famous was at LT.
You was with Rap, right?
Yeah, but Famous was when we played LT. Famous, he knew what was going on, so I shook his hand. We had a conversation. You know, words was exchanged. So I got a respect for Famous.
Oh, yeah.
I always had respect for Famous. So shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no. But like I say, Famous ran a hell of a program. And he had all the layers in place. He had the feeder program with the Spartans, and then all them guys transitioned up to come play for West, and he did a hell of a thing. And you know, there was some shortcomings in that area over at East. I was at East at that time. Peppers did have it for a minute where he had the playoff run with Antoine Lewis and Corey Cooper, and you know, just think about that. They had Kyle Prater at that time. Imagine all them on the same team. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about maybe a state championship program at that time. You know what I'm saying? At that time, they were both, I don't say dogs, but they were two recognizable football programs. There wasn't no 0-9 teams, but the numbers was different. But traditionally, if I had to get a nod, I would definitely, and I know my Pirates going to kill me, I have to say West.
Hey, it is what it is, man. We alive.
Football program.
Women alive, men alive, numbers don't, you know, all right, basketball, you know.
I don't think we got to
This is self-explanatory, man, you know. I'm going to say it myself, man. East got it, man. You know, East got it on the basketball side, you know, the resume, you know, the history, you know, it's solidified. You know, West has some dogs, but, you know, even though if you combine them two teams,
I don't think that's going to happen.
That ain't going to happen.
I'm trying to, like I said, I'm staying in my lane, bro. I'm just trying to do football.
But listen, though, if you merging, right? If you merging, either they're going to have an option, it has to be some type of, I know that's a whole other conversation, I don't really throw you off. We're going to come back next time, we're going to talk about that.
I mean, it's, to be honest with you, what you're saying is why this merger is becoming a problem, because that's the first thing that people above me say, but why are you only doing football? Why you ain't doing all of it? So, like I said, I'm staying in my lane. The baseball coaches at both schools are on board with this. They want to do it. So if I had to say I was putting my stamp on something, it would just be football and baseball. But like I said, do I think basketball needs to happen right now? I'm going to say no. You know what I mean? But these sports is something that needs to happen right now. But
based on the scarcity, based on like not being enough kids, period, not enough involvement, you know, just giving the kids a chance.
Exactly. I mean, the Proviso East, we know what they are. So they got the most, I don't know if people know this, they have the most NBA players by any straight high school, not a prep school in the country. They've had somebody go to the NBA in like 6 straight decades. So when you think of that type of thing, the tradition that them 21 blocks is producing, they still around, you know what I mean? Sure. It's just that it hasn't got to the point where football, because you know, football traditionally hasn't been that type of powerhouse. But being you, even in your era, you can name some guys that would have helped you at West on the football side that went to Montini or Naz, or which would have made y'all some dogs. It's just traditionally, if you're a hooper and you got game, you go to East. That ain't been the case in football. If you had another out in football, that's where you went. And we just got the people that wanted to be homegrown, but they had no choice. But imagine if we had a platform where, you know what,
that's
I'm going right there.
And also, you know, we might have lost some kids to the you know, the competition around us, the St. Joe's and the Walters, all of these schools, but all of these schools is competing for the same, you know, group of kids. So there's some folks from Maywood that went to Walter Lutheran. There's some folks from Maywood and Billwood that went to St. Joe's. You know what I'm saying? So that's splitting the competition. So if you kept the competition, if you kept everybody at one school, because you're from the same area.
It's crazy.
You from a block away. I'm off 22nd. If you off 21st, you get to go east. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Technically.
Y'all knock each other out in the playoffs.
Exactly. So, I mean, I get it.
So with that type of thing, it's bananas, but I don't know what the next step is, you know what I mean? Like, it's rumblings going on in the district and everything, and I ain't gonna change who I am, brother. I'm gonna stand tall and stand on what I believe is right. If it costs me my job, I got $3 to give me, gang.
There we go.
I'm cool with it.
So we're gonna move forward, man. We're gonna say, what you think? What's the importance, man, of a good coach? Period. Like, what is the importance of a good coach, a good mentor, a good role model? You know what I'm saying? Because a coach is one thing that a kid is gonna remember for the rest of his life. Mm-hmm. Now, whether the type of coach you is, he's still gonna keep that with him. Man, that was a terrible coach. That's a bad coach. That was a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Or a good guy. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you think the importance is for a good coach in these young black kids' lives?
I think the main thing that the problem we have with the resources that we have in the urban schools, the average, I've been in the district 20-some years now, and like I said earlier, I get $8,000 to coach football. I can go to another school right down the street. I can go to York, 5 minutes from here, and my first year they'll probably pay me 15. You see what I'm saying? So it takes somebody who really cares about kids to do this in the urban community. And you can't be a person that's chasing stipends. It's all about, what's best for the kids. I've had disagreements with kids. I've had disagreements with parents. But one thing that I know that I can walk away with and hold my head up high, people know I'm for these kids. I've had other opportunities to go elsewhere and do something, but I feel like I'm most needed here, right here with my community. For sure. I would want people to be able to say, hey, I played for Scottie Ware. I remember he did X, Y, Z. He was my most influential person in my life. I had them type of conversations. I've had kids in college that put their name, on their bio, like, hey, one of the most influential people in my life was my sophomore football coach.
Sure.
And I continue these relationships with people well into their adulthood. I tell people all the time, yeah, you're on my team right now. I know your dreams and aspiration might be to go to the NFL, but that's not necessarily a given. But I know you're going to be a father one day. You're going to be a father one day. You're going to be an uncle one day. You're going to be. So my thing is bigger than football. Like, I want to make you a good young man. You know what I mean? So like, people know you can't. Not knocking it, but you can't wear do-rags around me when it's coming to football. You got to have a belt on. I'm standing on that.
About respect.
You're gonna carry yourself a certain way.
These young kids, they don't get that because it's fading away. You know what I'm saying? It's fading. It ain't like how it was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You walk in the building, take your hat off, pull your pants up. It's like these kids, man. These kids is it's a different breed, man. You be lucky if they don't square up with you.
Oh, they will. They'll try.
Exactly. So
I've had coaches get physically punched by a student, bro.
Man.
And just think, you wouldn't cuss around an adult. Now I'm telling you, as kids are swinging on adults, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
So it's a different era.
It's crazy. So, we're gonna have a little fun with it, man. Before we get out of here, we're gonna have a little fun with it. So I'm gonna ask you, man. I'm gonna say, you said you've been in between the both programs. You said over 10 years.
Over 20.
Over 20 years as a coach.
As a coach.
As a coach. So you've been in the program over 20 years, man. So I'm gonna ask you. From the ones that you got to coach or see play. You saw them play, you heard about them, or you physically coached them.
Okay.
So we're gonna tell you create you create you 11 players, man. Create you 11 players, man. Only 11 players can get on the field. So you need a quarterback. It's probably gonna be the toughest one because I'll do this. Give me a quarterback and then give me a backup quarterback because quarterback is only one position, So, that's just too many. I ain't gonna have you name 22 people now. So I'm gonna say, man, give me 11 people. Give me 11 people and the backup quarterback.
Now this is for the district.
It's for the district, man. You say you was on both sides of the fence. So your receiver core gonna have more. You know what I'm saying? But you only get what, 2 running backs. You only get 2 running backs, and then that old line is just, it is what it is. We're gonna go, this one we're going on the offensive side of the ball, and then I'm gonna do the defensive side of the ball. So that'll give more people a chance You know, it's 22 slots now.
Mhm.
Now, some of them folks, you can put them on both sides of the ball.
Okay.
So if you just know you had a dog, you can put him in the slot and then put him on the corner.
Okay.
But let's just, we gonna see what your list looking like. So let's see if you can get 11 players.
So if I go offensively, like you said, QB gonna be the toughest one.
Toughest one.
Like you give me a backup, so I'm not even gonna say who the star is. I'm gonna say who the two that will compete for the star.
In no particular order.
Is that fair?
My two quarterbacks gonna be.
Our two quarterbacks will be. I gotta go Dominique Banks on one.
Okay, Dominique Banks, Damo.
I gotta go Damo on one, and I gotta bring being the quarterback from West. Can't believe I can't remember his name, but he's Rob's little brother, Covington's little brother. Plays at Tennessee State right now.
Yeah, he a QB there?
Yeah. I can't think of his name. I know
He
his
a
mom
Covington?
will kill me. His mom will kill me, but yeah, that would definitely be my two quarterbacks right now.
What year he graduated, you remember?
He had to be around 15, 16, something like that.
Man, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
I'm getting old, man.
His
So,
mom
okay.
will kill me. No,
Shout out to Rob Covington, little brother,
Yeah.
and Dominique Banks.
Dominique
Them
Banks.
your two
I think
QBs.
without Dominique hip injury, his freshman or sophomore year, whatever that was, Dominique could have been something special.
Dominique was a dog, man.
Just throwing the ball, baseball 80 miles an hour when he was 12 years old, you know what I mean? He had all the physical attributes, you know what I mean? So he could have been something special. That's one of the ones that, the what ifs. And we got a bunch of them in
Yeah,
here.
he had that ball on the string, man.
Yeah, no doubt. No
So
doubt.
shout out Dominique Banks and Rob Covington, their brother, y'all the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move to the next position.
Running back.
Running back.
Running back.
I know mine. I'm gonna let you pick yours. This is about you right now.
Okay. Running back. I gotta put Kurt Beatty up there.
What year you graduated?
Kurt Beatty is 92. He left here, went to, he also won state in the 100.
Wait, did you coach? You ain't coach him?
You asked me
Oh,
about
seen him play.
Seen him play.
Okay.
I ain't coaching that. No.
Okay.
But if I just say who was the best running back numbers-wise that I can remember,
Okay.
you got to put him in there. He went on the University of Wisconsin. That's big. You know, Big Ten. Second one,
It's gonna be tough, man.
oh, no, it ain't. My bad. It's simple. Brandon Smith, Roger West, class of 2020.
2020?
Brandon Smith, freak of nature. I coached him, freaking coached against him. He was my first year at West. He was a senior then. Just to give you a backstory of him, his 8th grade year, he made the All-American team for the Under Armour, for 8th graders in the country.
Yeah.
He went there and won MVP. His freshman year, he go to Mount Carmel, I think Bolingbrook. He started at Bolingbrook week 1 as a freshman, though.
Also, he transferred in.
Transferred in his sophomore year to West. But yeah, he just, he's going through some things right now, but he committed to Oregon State last month. So this ain't no dude that's, he definitely would end up being the first running back in the draft. He freak of nature, bro. He my size, but run a 4.3. So, you know what I mean? I don't know who you got, but
He a senior?
he's going to be a junior now
He a junior?
in college.
Name ring the bell?
Oh, you Google him. Yeah, he's a dog.
Okay.
I don't know who you got, but I'm not going to read
listen,
that. I don't know who
listen,
you got.
man.
I want to hear it, though.
Hey, man, look, man, I ain't see these. This is why I'm letting you name because I don't know these folks.
Yeah.
I've been out of the loop. You talking about 2015.
I said 20,
You went back to 92.
92.
You know what I'm saying? So your range is more than that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know nobody from 92.
Yeah.
And I was out of the loop, so I don't know no 2015 folks. You know what I'm saying? I graduated in 06, so I'm talking about, with my own two eyes,
Okay. Who you got? Let me hear it.
And my boy, man, talking about running back K West. K West.
I can't argue that.
That's my boy. I mean, it is what it is, man.
He fits. No doubt.
Hey, man, K West, man. I'm putting him in one of them slots, man. So
Okay,
whoever
okay.
else, I'm gonna put my boy and your boy. So whoever dude is, you said,
Yeah,
what's his name?
Brandon
I'm
Smith.
gonna take him, and then I'm gonna take K West.
Okay.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
can't argue that.
We're gonna rock out.
I can't argue that.
Okay, so we're gonna move to another position.
Receivers.
Receivers.
Number one got to be Kyle Pratt. He was the number one player in the country.
I'll take it.
6'5", freak,
I'll take it.
hands this big.
I missed that.
Nobody can argue
I
that.
missed that wave, you know what I'm saying? I heard about it because off the strength of who I was. They was
Yeah.
I I never even, you know what I'm saying, got to see him play.
Yeah,
but you know,
gotta put him in there.
Gotta put him in there because I heard about it. You know what I'm saying? They made it their job to tell me about this guy. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, shout out to him. It's what that's understood. They gotta be explained.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
We figured between the two schools, we gotta throw in. That's a killer.
Give me my slot, man. Give me my slot, man.
I mean, numbers-wise, just strictly numbers-wise, when we pull the emotion out because I know him, but just strictly on somebody that put up numbers, it gotta be Josh Jenkins.
Little Josh, man. That's my slot. Little Josh, that's my slot.
Josh got the record at East right now for most receptions in the game against Dallas South, which was a state champion type of team. The man had 19 catches.
I can respect it, man.
You see what I'm saying?
I can respect it, man.
You know what I mean?
Little Josh was gonna be one of my slots anyway. I'm just seeing where your head at.
I gotta put Josh
because he like, even though he undersized a little bit, he a true slot receiver. Like he that position is for him to the T. Out of all the plays that you run out of the slot, he gonna get you whatever you looking for. You want to do the quick screen, you want to do the bubble screen, you want to do the reverse, whatever you want to do. Like any.
So he had it, no doubt.
He had it, man. He had quick feet.
If Josh 6 feet, this is a whole different conversation.
Oh, for sure.
No doubt.
For sure.
He still win D1.
For sure. You know, he used that
5'6" or whatever.
He used that excuse with me on our you know. See, we used to train together. He used that excuse with me if he was a little taller.
Yeah.
I mean, God made you. I can't. You know, I can't do nothing with it. I'm sorry, man. You know, I'm sorry, man.
He was blessed with the speed from his dad.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So you know, he like I said, if he was 6 feet though, I think he might be wide in his NFL career.
No, Josh was a dog.
It's unreal.
Josh was a
It's
dog.
unguardable.
He just undersized a little bit. He got some little bitty ass hands.
But he ain't dropping nothing.
And he ain't dropping nothing.
Yeah.
He got soft hands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Just gotta give you 2 more, right?
Yeah, you gotta get 2 more. Or if we running trips left, you get 5 receivers.
Now you going empty. You spread
You
it.
got 5 receivers, man.
Oh man.
What's going on?
Numbers wise, I gotta put you there.
Okay.
I gotta put you there. I gotta put you in there as well. So now I'm at 3. I got 2 more.
Got 2 more slots.
It would have to be Demetrius Streeter, Rising West as well. And it's crazy, him and Josh are cousins. You know,
Yeah.
Come out of that same camp. Michi got to be around class of maybe 11, 12, here around that area, but unreal. Like, you can ask people in the community, ask coaches in the community. You would enjoy watching him, bro.
Came out in 11?
He around that time, I'm not sure, but that dude was unbelievable. You know what I mean? Same thing. He just had some issues on and off the field, but this kid could have definitely been a next level, high major pro player.
How tall he was?
I think she's probably about 5'11". You know,
5'11". So he was a
he's-
slot?
Yeah, he can do it all, whatever you needed him at. He gave him, I'm still at East, he gave us 4 touchdowns receiving. He killed us. There's no guard in him at all.
So shout out to him.
Yeah, if I had to put a last one in
One
there,
more.
it might be what you say. I can also do 2-way people. I'll probably put Corey Cooper there.
Corey Cooper?
Yeah.
What year he came out of?
Corey Cooper was class of 10. He was with Kyle Prater. He was, he ended up going to Nebraska. He ended up playing safety though. He did some major things at the receiver position.
Okay.
No doubt.
Okay, so now we gotta move into we're gonna test your football we're gonna test your football brain out there, man. You know, we got some more, those are skills positions. So, man, who on that line?
That's where we traditionally get killed at. Let's keep it a buck.
Linebackers.
Linebackers. Just out of respect for the, me being over here with the Panthers right now, I gotta go Famous.
Woo!
Famous, my starting middle linebacker.
Let's get it.
Famous is definitely my
Hey man,
starting.
he on the wall, ain't he?
No doubt.
He on the wall for a reason, ain't he?
Left there, went to Wisconsin as well. He went to Wisconsin. Famous definitely my starting middle linebacker. We got a name that your dad and other people from the neighborhood go be like, yeah, you should have said him first, but gotta be Maurice Chisholm.
Okay.
Again, class of 95, freak.
You like that wood?
6'5", probably a 6'11" wingspan. fast. I mean, freak of nature. You know what I'm saying? But again, the streets got him wrapped up in some things, and he didn't evolve into what he should have been. But that's an everlasting story in this community.
That's an everlasting story in our community. But I'm a firm believer in if we get more people involved, man, hands-on in the community, you know what I'm saying, and we give them a winning season, we give them some incentives, we give them something to look forward to, and we just, stay hands-on with them. I think, that can fade as well. So that was one of my questions I was going to talk about, but we probably ran out of time by now, but I was going to talk about, what it's going to take to, take the community back. What it's going to take for, that presence, that presence, that mentorship, them father figures, them big uncles, them, just people in general that's from the community that's willing to go into churches and fellowship and give some game, or go in there and pull them out and show them something. Like, folks, you'll be surprised of how many people are willing to listen or willing if you just give them an option. All right, cool. All right, big bro, you want me to pull my pants up? You want me to put this gun down? You want me to stop selling drugs because I need money?
Yeah.
So then what? What do you have for me? Like, tell me what you have for me, and I'll be willing to listen if you're willing to lead.
Your timing couldn't have been better with that transitional question, because the next person I was going to name is also doing exactly what you're saying. A guy named Phil Macklin. Phil Macklin is known as a heads down. Now, I could be honest with you, I could have put him on offense at any position or defense at any position. I didn't see this man kick off and go down and be the first one to make the tackle. Like, he did freaky stuff like that. So, but fast forward, I can't think of the name of the organization he's with right now, but he basically has this community and he's advocating for this very thing. The kids trying to get him another option, steering them away from the streets.
For sure.
They got home issues going on, so he's huge in stature, but he is that big brother. He is that mentor, and he takes that part of his life and his job so serious, because he didn't make it to the league like he wanted to. Yeah, he could have made it for whatever unforeseen reasons, but his job and main purpose in life right now, he's assistant coach over at Proviso East, but he's spending 2 days a week over in West, mentoring kids, getting on them. Like, so this is a dude that can't put his arms down, so he's 6'2", 6'3", benching 500, so I told you these kids will run up on you and try, they ain't pulling none of that shit with him, you know what I'm saying? But though he's this giant and imposing figure, the man to sit down and have a conversation with you, actually, is somebody you probably need to have sitting right here. Because you'll be surprised at the things that he got going on. And I'm so proud of what he's doing and what he's doing to help, not just the East, not just West. He'll do this and go out in the city, and he's trying to change our black youth to do more than like, to see that there's other options, other ways out the hood. Like you said, you like hooping, but you knew football was going to get you out.
Sure.
And he's trying to cultivate that and make sure our kids have opportunity to do that. Love what he's doing.
For sure. That's dope, man. Shout out to Phil Mack.
Yeah.
I heard a lot about him.
Trust whatever you heard, it was true.
I heard a lot about him, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody on that list, man, and like I said, man, we came, we saw, we conquered, we did what we needed to do, we put it out there, we got some, dope questions out there, dope dialogue, you know what I'm saying, a real message out there, and a real hot topic that, I'm going to put it in front of a lot more people now, so we're going to get a lot more feedback and see, what everybody think about it, you know what I'm saying? I gave my stance on it, I agree with it, man. I don't think it's a bad idea at all, and you could quote me on that, you know what I'm saying? I might get some negative feedback, but I'm built for that, you know what I'm saying? I'm built for that. But I think I got a different perspective because I've been 1 foot in, 1 foot out my whole life anyway. So it's like I'm from Maywood, but I'm from Bellwood. Yeah. It's like I could have went to East, but I went to West.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? It's like my parents went to East, their kids went to West.
No doubt.
So it's like I understand that it's the same. It's some folks, exactly. I don't walk the blocks in both neighborhoods. So it's some folks that may not know what's going on the side, but I'm somebody that knows both sides. I got friends on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So I introduce all my East friends to my West folks. And I was already locked in with the East Side anyway because we grew up together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm Maywood Buck from the core. You know, Maywood White Sox, Maywood Robbins. You know what I'm saying? I know what's going on PLCCA. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the rec on 9th and Madison. You know what I'm saying? I'm Sunnyside daycare. You know what I'm saying? That's what I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? That's how I came up. So you know, you already know. Family stole 13th and Randolph. You know, Bob's Groceries. You know, so I'm deeply rooted on both sides, man. You know, so. I could walk.
I'm surprised some people what you just said. I don't really know that about you.
Man, come on, man. Shout out Coach Harvey, Maywood White Sox. Shout out Coach Pep, Maywood Buck. Shout out Coach Speed, Maywood Buck. Come on, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. Like these.
I got Coach Bob with me.
Man.
Bob the D coordinator for West.
Yeah, man. So and they know what's going on, man. So I've been going through this type of stuff my whole life, like, you know what I'm saying? They thinking it's a real rival, like these my people, like, no, it ain't that deep. Like, at the East and West game, I was on the East, like when the varsity was playing my freshman year, when Shannon was, man, I was on the East side, watching the game, like, you know what I'm saying? Because they're my people, but, you know, I'm still, you know, proviso West, but I'm just saying, like, I understand it more, because it ain't that deep, you know what I'm saying? So some of my best friends went to East, some of their best friends went to West. That's just how it is. My daddy was a TO at West. You know what I'm saying? He from East. Like it's just it's too much, and it only makes sense to me, man. It's all one neighborhood anyway. It's all one neighborhood anyway. So I appreciate you for coming out, man. If there's anything that you want to say to the people on the outro, let them know where they can find that information from to you know, vote or whatever, or give their opinion on. Should the two teams merge, as far as football is concerned, you know, everything else is a whole other conversation. So I'm gonna give you the floor on the way out.
Yeah, like I said, if you can, I'm pretty sure most of y'all are on Facebook, and you got the Best of Proviso Township page, Proviso West Alumni page. If you don't want to do that, you want to just hit me up personally. Hit me on email. It's sware, that's SWARE at pths209.org. Shoot me a question. Like I said, if you don't mind, I'd actually, whatever we talk about personally, if you don't mind, I'll throw it on the Facebook page because somebody else might have the same question. You know what I'm saying? So I'm transparent in all this. Like I said, I want everybody's opinion. I want your feedback. And most importantly, if you're not with it, give me a suggestion. I'm with all that. You know what I'm saying?
I can respect that. I can respect that. So, hey, man, you know, I appreciate you for coming on the platform.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Kickback.
Appreciate you.
You know. Come back soon if you got something else to talk about, something else interesting to come. Let me know how that work out. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you say, hey man, I'm putting it on the line, man. I could lose my job. If you know, let me know the outcome of that, and you know, we can have another conversation. And we can see what's next after that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, it builds character, man. I got another respect for you just off of you know you putting your neck on the line for that. That's major. You know what I'm saying? So what comes with it comes with it. It is what it is, and we gonna see what's going on. But I stand with you, man. I support it, man. I think it's a dope idea, a good idea, man. The competition will be crazy if it do happen, you know. But you know, welcome to the Kickback, man. You know, I got my man Scottie Webb with me, and you know, he gave us some dope dialogue. Until next time, my boy.
Appreciate you, brother.
I had to put a new watch on my wrist, brand new rooster inside of this whip, brand new glick.